there guys, thank you for joining me tonight. So we thought through the lockdown, we can't do our tastings and events, obviously. So what better idea than to bring them to you in your lounge, your backyard, whatever it is you've decided to watch this in tonight. And the first one I sort of thought I'd put together is I've taken 3 wines that really represent outstanding value, and they're the kind of things that when you come across them, you sort of think, oh my God, how do they make that for that price point? And they're often the wines that, you know, when people say to me, looking for something for a function, or I'm looking for something, you know, that I can share with others, and something more sort of in an affordable everyday price point, these are the ones that I recommend. And I think, you know, through this period, grabbing a 6-pack of something at a price point like these is a great idea. So I thought I'd have a look at 3 of them and take you through them. So the first one that we're going to look at is this wine here. So this is the Mr. Meck Rose 2019. Now, what I'll do, I'll just pop that here in a glass, and then much easier to talk about it when I've got it in the glass in front of me. So Mr. Meck, it's actually an Australian rosé, and you know, that might be a slightly unusual choice, but I think this is one of the best value rosés out there. So it actually comes from the Clare Valley and comes from Tim Adams Winery. And why it's called Mr. Meck is Tim Adams, his mentor was the late Mr. Epstein, who he referred to as Mr. Meck. And it was in around, what year? I think it was around 2010 that Tim Adams purchased one of the original wineries in the Clare Valley that he'd worked with Mr. Meck at. And he now produces this outstanding range of Tim Adams wines. And alongside that, a sort of everyday range of wines called Mr. Meck. And that's the range that this rosé sits under. It's made of Sangiovese, Tempranillo and Grenache. The grapes are picked and crushed and just left with the skins for about 12 hours. So as you can see in the glass there, it's got a lovely light colour to it, and that's coming just from a little bit of contact with those red grape varieties. When you have a look at the wine itself, you know, it's got this wonderful fragrance that sort of jumps out of the glass, and, you know, although we've just had daylight savings, I smell that and think, no, it's not winter, not autumn, we're not heading there, it's still summer. So it smells like summer in the glass. In terms of a style of wine itself, it's quite a dry style. It does have a little bit of sort of, I don't really want to say sweetness because it's not sweet at all. It's quite dry on the finish, but it does have a little bit of sweetness there, which I think makes it a great sort of wine for a rosé for everyday drinking. So I'll just go ahead and have a little bit of a taste of it. Yeah, everything that I described is there. Interestingly, this is $15.99. If you buy a case, it's $13.99 a bottle, and that's a 6-pack. And this has actually picked itself up 2 gold medals and a trophy. And tasting it again tonight, I can see why. So that's my little rosé pick for the night. The next one we're going to move on to is a Chardonnay. And this is outstanding. So this is the wine here. So this is the Domaine Paul Mas, and it's the Domaine Paul Mas. It's a single vineyard collection, and it's from their estate range of wines. So I'll just go ahead and pop this into the glass there. So this property is located not far from Montpellier, about 10 kilometres from the Mediterranean, and don't I wish I was there right now? Well, perhaps not right now, but love to be holidaying in the Mediterranean in the future. It's a historic site. It actually dates back to 1892, but was purchased in 2000 by Jean-Claude Mas. Now, Jean-Claude, he sort of made his fame, I guess, in winemaking. He'd always had vineyards, but really rose to fame with his label Arrogant Frog. And Arrogant Frog was not actually sold, funnily enough, in France, but was sold globally and really took off. Alongside that range, and you do find that range here in New Zealand, he has this range of Domaine Paul Mas wines. And these are the ones that we really like at Glengarry. And this is their Chardonnay. So it's 100% Chardonnay. When you sort of smell it, you think, you know, it's a little bit spicy, toasty there. But actually, there's no oak in this wine at all. It is 100% stainless steel. And if I go ahead and have a little taste of this one. It's wonderful, wonderful exotic, sort of rich tropical fruits, lovely stone fruit. It's got incredible weight and complexity. And, you know, you're looking at a wine that $16.99 a bottle when you buy it by the case. And again, like the Mr. Mick, it comes in 6-packs. Now this wine, the vineyards, wonderful clay, limestone vineyards, managed sustainably, but moving towards organic production. So that's the top Chardonnay tip. Now we need a red wine tip. And for that, we're going closer to home and coming back to New Zealand. So let me just pour that one, and you can see I'm eager to get into that one. This is the Lake Chalice, the Nest Pinot Noir. Okay, so Lake Chalice, winery down in Marlborough, and I think it's very, very hard with Pinot Noir to get Pinot Noir at a value price point that really represents the grape variety, and also, you know, that is really good. And I, you know, as I said at the beginning, I don't know how these producers make these wines at these price points, but this is the Nest. It actually comes off fruit from the Southern Valleys. Believe it or not, there's some French oak used here. And it's the very talented winemaker, Chloe from Lake Chalice. Now, Chloe, if you haven't met her, she's an absolutely gorgeous person. And I think when you taste this wine, you can see just her passion for life in the glass as well. So I'll just go ahead and have a little taste of that. I mean, it's not the world's best Pinot. And sure, we've got Pinot Noirs in store that, you know, twice the price, 3 times the price, that would leave this for dead. But this is $13.99 a bottle when you buy a case of it. And for that price point, it has all the characteristics you'd want in a Pinot Noir. It's got a lovely fragrance to it. It's got wonderful structure and texture to it. It's got that lovely sort of tingly spike of acidity there, but not too much in the way of tannins. Everything's just there in the right proportions. Very, very talented winemaking to make that. So there you go, guys. 3 wines, all sort of in that value price point, all available in 6-packs, and my 3 go-to wines at the value end of the market. I hope you enjoyed listening to those. If you'd like to purchase them, they are up on our website, and we've actually put together a 3-pack price. We did just have a pause there for a second, if I'm right. If we didn't, sorry about that. Just a phone call coming through from one of our security companies, believe it or not. Anyway, I'll be back next week, and then the week after talking about the wines of Montredon, and we do have some exciting new wines from there. So looking forward to sharing those with you then. Anyway, take care and thank you.